lowly courtesies might fire the blood of ordinary men and turn preordinance in first degree into the law of children. Be not fond to think that Caesar bears such rebel blood that will be thawed from the true quality with that which melteth fools. I mean, sweet words, low courtesies, and base spaniel fawning. Thy brother by decree is banished. If thou dost bend, and pray, and fawn for him, I spurn thee like a cur at my way. No, Caesar doth not wrong, nor without cause will he be satisfied.
Is there no voice more worthy than my own to sound more sweetly in great Caesar's ear for the repealing of my banished brother?
I kiss thy hand, but not in flattery, Caesar, desiring thee grant Publius Cimber an immediate freedom of repeal.
What Brutus!
Pardon, Caesar, Caesar, pardon. As low as to thy feet doth Casca fall, to beg enfranchisement for Publius Cimber.
I could be well moved if I were you. If I could pray to move, then prayers would move me, but I am as constant as the northern star, of whose true fixed and resting quality there is no fellow in the firmament. The skies are painted with unnumbered sparks, they are all fire, and every one doth shine. But there's but one in all doth hold his place. So in the world, 'tis furnished well with men, and men are flesh and blood and apprehensive. Yet I do know but one that unassailable holds on his rank unshaped of motion, and that I am he. Let me a little show of it. Even in this I was constant, Cimber should be banished, and constant to remain to keep him so.
O Caesar.
Hence! Wilt thou lift up Olympus?
Great Caesar!
Doth not Brutus bootless kneel?
Speak hands to me!
Et Tuberte?
Fare thee well. I know not, gentlemen, what you do intend, but I do beseech ye, if you bear me hard, now must your purpled hands do wreak and smoke fulfill your pleasure. I shall not find myself so apt to die. No place, no mean of death will please me so as here by Caesar, and by you cut off the choice and master spirits of this age.
Oh, Antony, beg not your death of us. Though now we must appear but bloody and cruel, as by our hands, and this our present act, you see we do. Yet, see you but our hands, in this the bleeding business they have done. Our hearts, you see not. They are pitiful. To you our swords have leaded points, Mark Antony. Our arms, in strength of malice and hearts of brother's temper, do receive you in with all kind love, good thoughts, and reverence. Only be patient till we have appeased the multitude beside themselves with fear. Then shall we deliver you the cause. Why I, that did love Caesar when I struck him, have thus proceeded.
I doubt not of your wisdom. Alas, what shall I say? My credit now stands on such slippery ground, you must conceit me in one of either two bad ways, either a coward or a flatterer. Had I as many eyes as thou hast wounds, weeping so fast as they stream forth thy blood, it would become me better than to close in terms of friendship with thine enemies. Pardon me, Julius, here wast thou paid, brave heart, and here didst thou fall, and here thy hunter stand, signed in thy spoil, crimson in thy lane. O world, thou wast the farthest to this heart, and this indeed, O world, the heart of thee. How like a deer strucken by many princes dost thou here lie.
Or else were this a savage spectacle, our reasons are so full of good regard that were you, Antony, the son of Caesar, you should be satisfied.
That's all I seek. And in more of a suitor to produce his body to the marketplace and to the pulpit, as becomes a friend, to speak in the order of his funeral.
You shall,
Caesar!
Mark Antony. Be patient till the last. Romans, countrymen, and lovers, hear me for my cause, and be silent, that you may hear. Believe me for mine honor, and have respect to mine honor, that you may believe. Censor me in your wisdom, and awake your senses, that you may the better judge. If there be any in this assembly, any dear friend of Caesar's, to him I say, Brutus' love to Caesar was no less than his. If then that friend demand why Brutus rose against Caesar, this is my answer. Not that I loved Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more. Had you rather Caesar were living and die, all slaves, than that he were dead, to live all free men? As Caesar loved me, I weep for him. As he was fortunate, I rejoice at it. As he was valiant, I honor him, and as he was ambitious, I slew him. There is tears for his love, joy for his fortune, honor for his valor, and death for his ambition. Who is here so base that would be a bondman? If any, speak, for him have I offended. Who is here so rude that would not be a Roman? If any, speak, for him have I offended. Who is here so vile that will not love his country? If any, speak, for him have I offended. I pause for a reply.
None, Brutus, none.
And none have I offended. I have done no more to Caesar than you shall do to Brutus. The question of his death is enrolled in the Capitol, his glory not extenuated, wherein he was worthy, nor his offenses enforced, for which he suffered death. With this, I depart, that as I slew my best lover for the good of Rome, I have the same dagger for myself, when it shall please my country to need my death.
Live, Brutus, live, live! We'll bring him with triumph home unto his house.
Give him a statue of his ancestors.
Let him be Caesar.
Caesar's better parts will be crowned in Brutus.
We'll bring him to his house with shouts and
My
clamors.
countrymen,
Be silent, Brutus speaks.
good countrymen, let me depart alone, and for my sake, stay here with Antony. Do grace to Caesar's corpse, and grace his speech tending to Caesar's glories, which, by our permission, Mark Antony is allowed to make. I beseech you, not a man depart save I alone, till Antony has spoken.
Stay ho and let us hear Mark Antony.
Let him go on to the public chair. We'll hear him. Noble Antony, go up.
For Brutus' sake, I am holding to you. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is often tarred in their bones. So let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus hath told you Caesar was ambitious. If it were so, it was a grievous fault, and grievously hath Caesar answered it. Here under leave of Brutus and the rest, for Brutus is an honorable man, so are they all honorable men, come I to speak in Caesar's funeral. Caesar was my friend, faithful and just to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious. and Brutus is an honorable man. He hath brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? When the poor hath cried, Caesar has wept. Ambition shall be made of sterner stuff. Yet Brutus says he was ambitious. You all did see on the Lupercal, Thrice presented him a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. Was this ambition? Yet Brutus says he was ambitious. And Brutus is an honorable man. I speak not to disprove what Brutus spoke, but I come to speak what I do know. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause withholds you then to mourn for him now? O judgment, thou art bled to brutish beasts, and men have lost their reason. Bear with me. My heart is in the coffin there with Caesar. I must pause till it come back to me.
Methinks there is much reason in his sayings.
If thou consider rightly in the matter, Caesar's had great wrong.
Has he, masters? I fear there will worse come in his place.
Marked ye his words? He would not take the crown, therefore 'tis certain he was not ambitious.
If he found so, some will dear abided.
Poor soul, his eyes are red as fire with weeping.
Oh, there's not a nobler man in Rome than Antony.
Mark him, he begins again to speak.
But yesterday, the word of Caesar would have stood against the world. Now he lies there, and none so poor as to do him reverence. Oh, masters, if I were so disposed to stir your minds and hearts to mutiny and rage, I would do Brutus wrong, and Casca wrong, who you all know are honorable men. But I will not do them wrong. No, I rather choose to wrong the dead, to wrong myself and you. And I will wrong such honorable men. But here's the parchment, the seal of Caesar. I found it in his closet. 'Tis his will. Let but the commons hear his testament, which, pardon me, I do not need to read. For if I did, they would go and kiss dead Caesar's wounds, dip their napkins in his sacred blood, yea, beg a hair of him for memory, writing it unto their wills, bequeathing it as a rich legacy unto their issue.
Read the will. We'll hear it, Antony.
The will, we will hear Caesar's will.
Have patience, gentle friends. I must not read it. 'Tis good you know not how Caesar loved you. For you are not stones. You are not wood. You are but men. And being men, bearing the will of Caesar, it will inflame you. It will make you mad. 'Tis good you know not that you are his heirs. For if you did, what good would come of it?
We'll hear the will. Read it, Antony. You shall read us the will, Caesar's will.
Will you be patient? Will you stay a while? I've overshot myself to tell you of it. I fear I wrong the honorable men whose daggers have stabbed Caesar. I do fear it.
They were traitors. Honorable men?
The will, the testament.
They were villains. Murderers, the will. Read the will.
You will compel me then to read the will? Shall I descend and you will give me leave?
Come down.
Descend.
You shall have leave.
I'll ring. Stand round. Room for Antony, most noble Antony.
Nay, press not so upon me. Stand far off.
Stand back.
Move back.
Here's the will, and under Caesar's seal. To every Roman citizen he gives, to every several man, 75 drachmas.
Oh, most noble Caesar. Will avenge his death.
Oh, royal
Hear me
Caesar.
with patience.
He's home.
Moreover, he hath left you all his walks, his arbors, new planted orchards. On this side Tiber, he hath left them to you. Common clares for your heirs forever. To walk abroad, recreate yourselves. Here was a Caesar. When comes such another?
Never. Never. Come away. Away. We'll burn his body in the holy place, and with the brands fire the traitors' houses. Take up the body.
Go, let's fire.
Clap down benches.
Clap down farms, windows, anything.
Now let it work. Mischief thou art afoot. Take thou what course thou wilt.